Okay, the market ripped back real quick. All right, long. Come on. Come on. Okay, here we go. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Future Trading with Mike, and once again, I'm trading the Emini S&P 500 futures. Well, I always want to start off the day by thanking those who have already subscribed to the channel. I appreciate that. Those who have been liking the videos, dropping likes on the videos, hey, I always appreciate that. If it's your first time watching one of the videos, guys, I'm a live price action trader, guys. I just, trade my strategy based on pullbacks to certain high probability support and resistance areas, but typically I like to see price move back into the supply or demand area or zone and wait for the rejection, and I take the trade. Simple as that, guys. Those of you who are following the channel already know how I trade, and I appreciate everyone who's joining the team journey of trying to begin, or if you're a beginner trader, trying to particularly pretty much learn how I trade, pretty much, in the sense, you don't have to. I'm not saying, I'm just, basically showing my strategy of how I do it every single day. I have tons of videos on the channel, as you guys know, where you see me, my live recorded sessions here. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's take a look here. I'm a scalper by heart, guys. I don't do any position swing trading. I like to day trade in and out the market, looking for setups or setup patterns within the market. Okay, so of course we've had a sell-off. Latter part of December, moving into January, and we had a bounce down here. I said this a couple of days ago at 42.12. Price pushing up. Breaking structure to the upside. Haven't broke. We haven't closed with the candle, I should say, to the upside of this high here, but we have taken it out. We wigged out at it at the top end of it. Okay, so price moving sideways right now. What we see. Okay, it did break up here, breaking structure right here, pull back, push higher. So on the move to the upside, it did break structure to the upside. So, but then it topped out, bumped up against resistance, pushed lower. Okay, so right now we're actually moving sideways. Okay, now we haven't taken the low here out from the 23rd, which is at 42.12. So, which means that right now we're currently actually just moving sideways. Okay. So the question will be, will we take this high here out right here on this push up, the swing to the upside, and price will take out this area here, which was yesterday's high, the 26th. Okay, so today is the 27th of January, and we'll see what kind of trades we can get into today. But yeah, I appreciate everyone who's been following the channel, guys. If you haven't subbed, go ahead and hit that sub button for me, hit that subscribe button, and also hit that click on that little bell icon. That's the post notification. Which will ensure, if you click on that you never miss one of the uploads as well. So click that little bell notification or little icon next to the subscribe button as well. All right. So I use a 1 hour chart to kind of get out, a kind of a direction, depict a direction in the market, and then I look at the 12 range, which is my go-to chart for marking my zones or levels. And this is my 4 range chart that I use. More so on an entry chart. Now I can trade basically off the 12 range if I'm looking for bigger moves in the market, smaller moves, whatever the case is. Maybe move, basically if I mark a zone on my chart, an area of my chart, wait for price to pull back to it, then I can switch over to the 4 range and take trades off the entry chart here, which is the 4 range chart. Okay. Okay. So let's let's just wait to see what happens here. All right, so the bottom here is cumulative delta. I just added this to the chart the other day because I did a video on it, how to use cumulative delta for those that maybe trying to still learn the strategy in a sense, which is not difficult to learn, but you can try using cumulative delta by looking for divergence in the market. And basically how I use it is with price to break structure, break structure, pull back to areas, and when price breaks structure in volume areas, meaning it's price pushed to the upside, breaking, say, this high volume area, so it's moving up, pulls back to the area, price breaks structure back, breaks volume back to the upside. You know, I look at the that area there. Like let's say for instance, like right here, price pushed up, pull back, push higher. It pushed higher above the the volume profile here, this volume node here. Then when it pulls back to it, at that point, I'm looking at delta as well to kind of see the highs and lows of delta off the swing that broke to the upside above the high volume area. And then when price pulls back, I'm waiting to see if there's going to be rejection for price to push higher. And if I see divergence, I'll take the trade. Okay. So if you don't know much about cumulative delta, you don't know much about divergence, you know, kind of, you know, watch some videos on that, you know, kind of scouring, maybe YouTube, or take a look at my video. Say for instance, I shouldn't even say that. Take a look at my cumulative delta video that I did a couple of days ago. It's titled Cumulative Delta. So it's a good video to watch. And you know, kind of Google cumulative delta as well. Cumulative delta is just basically just the buying and selling power in the market. That's all it is. It measures that, so it can give you an idea of how much you know, buying and selling pressures in the market. Okay, let's take a look at the let's see what's happening here. Okay. Now, I always like to take my trades from the lower end of a high volume area. I've stated this several times in many videos, okay? So, right now you can see clearly divergence is clearly going on right here, okay? And I'll discuss this here in a minute. Let's see what happens here. All right. Not sure if price is going to react in this area or not. But yeah, let's take a look and see. So prices are making higher highs and higher lows, stepping to the upside, correct? All right. So let's see. Price breaks above this area. I go for a long here, but it could potentially push lower. So we'll see what happens here. So yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, I'm long. Could be a little late on the trade, but no problem. Okay. I am long. Come on, baby, go up. Up, okay. Shot over my profit target. That's fine. And we got fill there on the bounce, okay. Pretty much waiting for rejection. Price closing above, back above the high volume area. Now I'm playing this off of divergence, and I'll show you from the delta. But this is a demand area right here. This area right here. Oops, sorry. Yeah, this is the demand area. I'll go ahead and take a rectangle and show you right here. All right, this is a swing to the upside. Price pulling back. So price push up, pull back. It breaks to the upside. So it's breaking structure to the upside, meaning it broke through this area of resistance here. And price pulls back. When price pulls back to this area of structure right here, the swing level, we want to look for an opportunity at the lower end. It's going to have some reaction right here. Look for some opportunity at the lower end, which is the back tucked into the swing. This is demand. This is where the buying, there's buying power here. Price pulls back. More buying came out of here, pushed the upside. So we want to look to where within the swing, where the buying kind of initiated, or where the push was initiated back to the upside. Okay, so which was tucked back here to the swing, inside the swing. Price pulls back to that. Okay, so we had this high volume node here. So when price pushed up, it broke above the high volume node. Pulls back. We want to see it form a swing. Pushes up. When it pulls back to the high volume node, I'm waiting to see if it's going to break back above the high volume node, which it does. You can see green candle closed above the high volume node. And when it does that, I'm going long. Okay. Now, when it comes to looking at the divergence to make sure we had divergence there clearly, well, let's take a look. Here's the area on price movement. Price pushed up. Let's take a look at it. Price pushes up, pulls back, pushes higher, pulls back. Okay. So it's swinging to the upside, making a higher, 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 low, right? If you look at divergence, right? Excuse me, delta right below it, okay? Price pushes up, pulls back, pushes higher. When price pulls back to demand right here on the delta, oh, okay, I'm trying to see here. Okay, if we look at this, like, okay, let's take a look at this. Let me go ahead and erase that one little error right there. Sorry about that. All right, so when price pulls back to it at this point right here, at this time period, okay, price pulls back right to the area of demand. Where does delta pull back to? Delta's way down here. So that's divergence, meaning when price pulls back to area of demand, it never measures up to the bottom of that swing where demand set at right here. So it swung way below, because if you look where the low is when price pulled back right here, where was it at on the delta? Way down here. So that was clearly divergence. So when price reacted at the high volume node, knowing that I had divergence here, price pulls all the way back here, but only pulls back this far and back into the swing on price. Well, delta pulls way back here. When price pushes back above the high volume node and we have divergence, I'm going long. So that's a divergence play, okay? But also in a sense too, it's how I trade on pullbacks as well, because I'm looking for price to pull back to a structured area or swing, okay? And I want to take the trade tucked back inside the swing where as price is moving to the upside, okay, forming structure and break structure on the upside, meaning breaking the area of resistance here when it formed that swing to the upside. I'm looking at where price pushes up as it's forming the structure. Buying comes more buying comes out of this area, pushing back up to the upside, forming the swing, pulls back, okay, to a high volume node. When price breaks the high volume node, I can look at delta and say, okay, there's divergence there. As soon as price breaks back above the high volume node, I'm going long, because there's clearly divergence there. Okay, and that's how you can trade using cumulative delta, guys. But also that's how I trade using my strategy on looking for pullback entries. Okay. All right, so now we have price breaking structure to the downside now. You know, playing off the 12 range chart. So it breaks the swings. It breaks this area. It's breaking market structure to the downside of the swing right here. Push down, pull back, boom. All right. So at this point here, price could probably, you know, pull back to this area right here, which there's supply sitting right here. Okay. All right. So we'll just leave that little rectangle right there. Okay. All right. Let's see what happens. Okay. Now be careful, because if we take entries like this right here, you know, even though price is pulling back to this area right here, we have support right below us. So, you know, the entry, if you get into a trade trying to take a trade back short, this could be a very short-lived entry, because if we switched over to the 1 hour chart, the direction is probably still to the upside in a sense, even though we're probably still moving sideways on the 1 hour chart. But let's see what happens here. Okay, price is willing higher. So we're back up to this is resistance right here, guys. So be careful. So if you hear me get quiet sometimes, I'm just simply looking at the market, trying to see what it's doing. Hmm. Hmm. Prices bouncing off this area here. We have a high volume area right there, so be careful. See something here. Yeah, so we just wait because it's rejecting this area, but we need to be careful here because it made a swing to the upside. Now we need to see it break below if it's going to break, and then possibly on a pullback, look for an entry. But be careful because you have volume right below that area there. Okay. All right. So price can continue pushing higher here. This is resistance right here, but it can push higher. So let's be careful. We broke this area. We swung to the downside, breaking structure. Turn back around and broke structure back to the upside. And taking out this high right here. There was a bounce right here, but I mean the play is very short-lived because you don't have, you're right back here to support. So price appears that it's trying to break higher now. So yeah, the question, like I said earlier, it was all right. Let's see here. I just mentioned it. It's at resistance. Okay, so okay, so it's pulling back. Not quite broke. It hasn't quite broke this high yet. Okay, so we have to be careful right here. Yep, we can bounce right here. What it's doing right now. Okay. But once again, I'd like to see price here. I'd like to see price come back to potentially this area right here. Well, let's see. Yeah. This area right here. Be the lower end of the high volume area. And so it's bouncing at resistance right now. And I mentioned that price could possibly take out this area here. Okay. So I'm long. There we go. Quick long. Boom. I'm into the entry because I know price is going to react right here. Price moving sideways, rotating right here. It's a good, good opportunity to go long right here on a pullback below a high volume area as well. So I went quickly long right there, and price reacted real quick at this level right here. Okay, and you can see where it bounced right here. The price can pull back here on the 4 range now, and let's see. So if you see on the 4 range, when it got to this area right here, okay. So price got to this area right here on the pullback, it zipped real quick, boom, it moved quickly to the upside. So I saw that, but at the same time, I knew price was going to react there too. Lower end of the high volume area. Take your trades from a lower end of a high volume area if you want to go long. This was also an area of support as well, okay? And price pulling back into that little small area of demand. It looks like we're going to probably take out the highs right here from yesterday. So let's take a look at that on the 1 hour chart. Not quite there, but we could possibly take out those areas. Let's see. Yeah, not 100% yet. Okay, so price broke higher, it broke structure, break right here to the upside, meaning it formed a swing, broke the resistance right here, pull back, push higher, so it broke resistance right here. Okay, price is at resistance, guys. Okay. So we wait to see what price is going to end up doing. So, you know, I like to just trade purely on price action, looking at price movements. I look at patterns. Okay, price pulling back. Boom, look at it move real quick back to this area here. Price can bounce right here, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm late. I'm real late. I'm late on the entry. Okay, all right, there we go. Quick bounce to the upside. Price pulling back. Okay, right here, high volume area, and I'm long. It's simple, guys. It's not. This is not hard stuff. I mean, tough stuff, guys. It's you know, I'm throwing this out here because I want you guys to be able to trade just like, you know, not like me, but I just want you to be able to see how I trade. Maybe you find interest in the strategy of how I trade. And just trading pullbacks. That's all it is. It's trading pullbacks, and you can, you know, you guys can do this every single day and make a profit. That's all it is. Just looking for those areas where prices, you know, breaking structure, pulling back the structure, and like I say, your best bet for high probability trades is waiting for price to pull back to those areas of supply and demand. And supply and demand is definitely will provide you better and higher probability trades. I'm waiting to see if price is going to break this high here because, you know, and start breaking structures more so to the upside on the 1 hour. We broke right here, pushed up, we stepped or pulled back into this this area of a swing right here on the 1 hour. It balances. That's why we got that pullback right there, you know, a drop back, and then price pushes higher. So basically, from the swing to the upside. And now we need to see it take this area here out, okay? We need to take this area here out. And it's trying to, but it keeps bouncing off of it, okay? Right here where I have this red line at. You can see it here on the 1 hour chart. You can see it bouncing right here on the 12 hour, excuse me, the 12 range chart. Okay. Okay, the market ripped back real quick. All right. Long. Come on. Come on. Okay, here we got filled again, bouncing off of here. Okay, pulling back to an area of support. Below, you know, right here at the high volume node, a little bit below that. You know, pulling back into this area of demand right here. Okay. All right. And what happened? Price took out these highs right here. Okay, took out this area of resistance, popped to the upside. Okay, swung, breaking structure, pulls back, area demand, boom, go long. Simple as that. Pulls back, area demand, lower portion of the swing, below high volume area. Okay, let's take a look at the cumulative delta and see if we can, if that showed us anything on the move here. So price pushes higher. Okay, at this point it doesn't take the tops out yet. Pulls back, another swing to the upside, boom. Okay, at that point there, when price pushes higher, breaking above the high volume node here, okay, right here, here's the pullback, okay, swing to the upside. Yes, let's see. Yes, there was divergence. Okay, let me show you that, guys. All right, we'll take our arrow. Price pulls higher, pushes up, pulls back, breaks structure, breaking resistance. Price pulls back. When price pulls back right here, it pulls pretty much back to demand right here, lower portion of the swing. Okay, what does cumulative delta look like on the push up? Look at it. Pulls back. Okay, let's see here. Yep. Okay, okay, pulls up here. Okay, when price gets, price gets right back here to the swing and the lower portion where demand is at, what does delta do at that same time? Delta's way down here. We clearly got divergence. Got divergence in comparison to price. Cumulative delta is telling us something different. Divergence. Okay. Now, it could also be an indication that price maybe want to possibly move lower because the cumulative delta, there's a lot of selling going on right now, showing cumulative delta. But You know, don't be fooled by that, because sometimes, you know, the market could, you know, cumulative could shift real quick and push to the upside. So I just clearly look for the. I use it I use it more so as a, I guess a tertiary tool. You know, in comparison. I mean, not in comparison, but conjunction with volume profile. So if you use cumulative delta, trade the strategy I use with volume profile, guys, you've got a powerful tool, a powerful strategy to use. Okay. So what time is it right now? I want to look and see. Sorry about that. It's 10:20 right now. Okay. Um. Okay. 10:20. 10:20. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and remove um, these lines off of the chart here. So I took that trade. When it pulled back right here, knowing that price would just bounce back up to this area right here and kind of pause that. Why? Because when price bounced here, what did it do? It's going to pause back at it right above the high volume area. Okay, high volume area, above a high volume area is an opportunity to look for shorts. I do not like to buy above a high volume area. I like to look for entries short. Okay, I like to buy below the high volume area. Okay, so all right, let's see what happens. Okay. Okay, so price pulled back right here. All right, so it could break lower now. We could actually get a break to the downside. Be careful. Cumulative deltas is strong to the downside, but be careful because it could change direction, guys. The market could change directions and shift real quick. Yep. It's going to bounce right here at the high volume node. Okay. We'll wait it out and see what happens. A little quick bounce back to the upside. So you could have, let's see, could have went long right here. Give me 1 second. Let me take a look at this. Yeah, I don't think I would have went long. I would have went long right here. I would have waited. You know, I wasn't taking an entry right here. But if you did, it's just a quick scout to this area right here. It's going to be very quick because we could break back lower. See what happens. Price moving sideways right now. We're at a high volume node right now, right at it, so I don't want to take a trade right here at a high volume node. So I just wait. I'm waiting to see this price action play out. Okay, I'm short. I went in one contract. Crap. All right, price is going to come down to here, guys. Probably right this area right here. Okay. It's bouncing. Yeah. Probably come a little lower, maybe. Let's see. Definitely think it's going to push lower. Okay, I'm short. Boom, boom. It's going to come right here like just what I said right here. You're just one tick away from that area there, okay? All right, I went short. I saw when price was moving to the upside here, breaking structure to the upside. When it broke this area, it pushed up, pulled back, pushed higher. When it came back and tested this area right here, which was demand, it already had hit that area of demand, okay? On that pullback right here. Then it pushes up, breaking structure to the upside, breaking through resistance. When price comes back to revisit this area where it already tested before, it does bounce. But I know because it's already tested it one time, it's an opportunity that price to come out here and break the structure. I wait for the price to break that structure. When it pushed down, pull back. When it finally broke below right here, I went short. Why? Because it pulled back right here, testing demand. Pushes up, comes back, tests it again, and I just start to see the structure to the downside. When price finally breaks below this area, this structure, this market structure right here, I'm short. And I'm taking the short back below to the area of support right below, which is right here, where price bounce at, okay? And you look at cumulative delta, what is that telling us? There's strong selling power, selling power to the downside, guys. So let's see what's going on here. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, price could actually, let's see here. Yeah, we can push lower, guys. To be honest with you. Yeah, we can definitely push lower. It's coming down here to test this low right here. It's testing this low right here. Scrubby. Let's see. Ah, it's pushing lower. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Price can bounce here. All right. Look at there. Bounce right here. High volume node. Okay. This was I'm trying to grab this line here so I can show you guys. This was an area. Well, of course, it was support down here at the bottom, right? All right. So price pushes up, pulls back, breaks. Okay, to the other side. Then we get the pullback, right? All right. So then we get a pullback, and price turns back around, breaks back above, meaning breaks structure back into the above, breaking through area of resistance. Okay. All right. So I'm just waiting for price wait for price. When price pulls back to this area of support, we have a supporting high volume area right here as well. Okay. All right. And then when price basically, let's see here. Yeah, pulls back to this area right here. This was the supporting swing for me out of this area. Okay. Price pulls back into this area of demand in a sense. And when price pulls back into that area of demand, I'm long, guys. I know it's going to pause. Well, It could have came a little higher here, but it didn't. It was shy, just a couple ticks, pulling back into this low volume area. So price can bounce out of a low volume area, so be mindful of that, okay? And it does, and it pushes lower, okay? So that's the basic pullback. I mean, price just let's show you. I mean, I don't know how many times I can show you guys this stuff, but pulls back, pushes higher, big swing, okay? Big swing. Pulls back, pushes higher. All it was to pull back to a high volume area, to an area of demand right here, okay? And that's simply how you do it. You just do it that way each and every trade. Be patient, be disciplined, wait for the trade setups, guys. You know, following price action. That's all you need to do each and every day, okay? Trying to see if Delta, yeah, I mean, if you look at Delta, guys, even here, once again, when price pushed up here and then pull back, right, making this low and then pulling up, let's just go all the way up to here because that's the high pretty much, and then makes the pullback, right? Well, let's look at Delta. When it did this, it pushed up, made the low, pushed all the way up, and this point here, the high was, it's kind of hard to say because this actually right here, this high right here is actually this high right here, okay? And if you look at comparison to this high right here, because it did break this high, that high was actually over here, right here, okay? So there's clearly already divergence there, but when price pulls back right here on, you know, to this area right here, which is this area right here, guys, by the time price gets back here, if you look at Delta in comparison, price is way down here. So there's clearly, when price gets back to this area right here, it does not match up on the Delta. That's divergence. Go long on the bounce. And that's what I did. On the pullback, the bounce, divergence, pull back to a high volume area. I mean, there's nothing, you know, that's just, it's just you take those scalp opportunities, and that's what I did, okay? All right, guys, I'm wrapping this video up today. I hope you guys, once again, found value in the content that in the videos that I'm dropping each and every day, guys. Please, you know, take the time, if you haven't already subscribed, to sub to the channel. Appreciate it. Join the team, guys. I'm giving this information away, you know, pretty much. It is free. I'm not charge anything, you know. Some people say, well, could you set up a group meeting session or Discord, or, you know, maybe in the future I might do something like that. But right now I want to stay focused on just recording my live entries, because it's already hard enough to record as you're trading and talk live through it, because, you know, you got to focus. And you guys will see this. The better you get, you'll be like, man, how does he, you know, explain his entries at the same time he's taking his, you know, taking the entries, whatever the case is. It's hard. And you got to be focused, because you got to be able to find those areas too to where to take your trades from, because I do this every single day to make an income, okay? So I have to be able to be focused, make my income, explain the trades to you guys, and I'm doing this because I want to help people, okay? So hopefully you found value in the strategy of how I use it. Maybe, you know, maybe there'll be individuals out there that say, man, I'm gonna try this and give this a try, because, you know, I've got 100-some videos on my channel, guys, where I talk about the market, talk about trading, you know, the strategy, whatever the case is. So anywho, I don't want to keep rambling on. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this video off, and I appreciate you guys, or close out this video. You guys are probably already watching the video. But yes, take the time to go ahead and sub to the channel, guys. Sub. Please, please, please. Appreciate you, and see you in the next video. If you're trading, hey, y'all, like I always say, be safe in the market.